Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Banggood tool review. In this review I'm going to be looking at some collet blocks, an AR40 collet block, a hex one and a square one. I've already reviewed the AR32 collet blocks. If you watch my videos you'll see me use them all the time. I wanted some AR40s for bigger collets and they've sent us two, so I'm going to do a review on them. Before I get started, there's one or two things I want to make perfectly clear. The first thing is Banggood don't make these, Banggood export them from China. The second thing is Banggood have sent me these completely free of charge to do with whatever I want. The only form of payment I'm going to get is this video. If you happen to go on to Banggood through one of my links and buy a set of these, or buy anything through one of my links, I do get a small amount of commission. As I keep saying, I'm not be able to retire on it, but it certainly helps us buy bits and pieces for the workshop. Right, that's been said, let's have a look and see exactly what these things can do, see how well they're made. The collets come in little plastic boxes. That's the square one. And that's obviously the hex one. I'm not going to show how to use these. I've got loads of bits of video with me showing how to use collet blocks. All I'm going to do is have a look at them, see how well made they are, and do some measurements to see how accurate they are. We're going to do the square one first. First impressions, it's all been ground. Beautiful thread. Standard nut. Tape has been ground as well. There's a chamfer on those edges. Put those back edges on chamfered. And they should be, because if you drop it and ding it, you get a raised part. It appears to have chamfered edges all the way around. Same with those edges there, I would chamfer them. Collets feel good. These aren't Banggood collets, by the way. They're a slightly better quality than Banggood supply. Right, so we'll do some measurements. First thing I'm going to do is measure it and see how actually square it is, and then I'll put something in here and we'll see how really accurate it is for being in the centre, because that is really all you're interested in. The part you're going to machine being mounted dead in the centre there. Right, so that's going back to 0 each time. Zero. Okay, so we'll turn it over 90 degrees, and that's showing 0, which means it's basically the same size. Right, so the block's square, which is basically a good starting point. I've washed all this with brake cleaner, blown it out so there's no bit of dirt in there, just to give it a fighting chance. Collet snaps in quite nicely. This is obviously a milling cutter. It's carbide. It's going to be probably the straightest thing I've got. Just going to put it in the vase and nip that up properly. Right, I found the highest point on the cutter, which is there, and I've zeroed the clock at that. So we'll turn it over 90 degrees away from us, bring it back down, once again find the highest point. Three and a half thou. Next one. Three thou. That one's good. And we're back to the beginning. So basically that's got 3 thou run out, it's, or 1.5 thou off to one side. It's not amazingly accurate, but it certainly isn't super inaccurate. We'll have a go with the hex block now and see how that fares. Right, this is the hex block. Straight away I can tell this has been machined from Hexy bar. You can see the marks where the chuck jaws have been on, and there's little rags on there. That's not ground, it's not nowhere near as nice as the square one. The threads are beautiful. The taper's ground exactly the same. But straight away I do it like that. That wants a little bit of time spending deragging it, but we'll give it a try the way it is before we start deragging it. First thing I'm going to do is measure the hex to see how accurate that is. Right, so a 0 there, 1 thou, 2 thou, 1 thou, 8 thou. That's because that's got a rag on there. 12 thou, and back to 0. It's pointless doing anything with this until I take those rags off. I'll just rub a file across there just to take them off, otherwise we're going to be wasting our time. Right, I've took the rags off, I'll have another go. I mean, to be fair, when you use these, you normally have them with the point on the base of the vase, not the flat. 0, couple of thou, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's still a bad one. There's a little rag on there. I've set it up in a little machine vase, so it's now resting on the point of the hex. 0. Five thou. Yeah, it's still 10 thou out, so I'm not that impressed with that one. But the square one, certainly acceptable. One thing you can do with a square collet tool is you can put it into a 4-jaw chuck with something ground accurate in there, clock it in, spot on, then use it as a collet chuck. If you had a lot of machine to do on the same diameter bar and it was clocked in that collet chuck on a 4-jaw chuck, you'd have repeatability every time. We've had a look at them, done some measuring. The square one is well within what I would expect it to be for the sort of money you're paying. The hex one wasn't that good. It's not a million mile away, I think it was 8 or 9 thou. You could sort it out. Would I buy a set for my workshop? Yeah, definitely would. They're good value for money. Basically, you're getting what you pay for. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the little short review. Thanks for watching.